Now I gotta ask you about I was on your IMBD. Now you was an average Joe.
I was Average Joe. I'm in episode 4 of season 1, which is another show that's like it's getting big, like it's doing real good. That show is brilliantly written. The cast is incredible. Like, yeah, I'm just blessed, man. It's the Most High. Yeah, I play a cop on episode 4 of season 1 of Average Joe, and man, it's just a privilege.
Yeah, man, that's dope because that's one of them shows like, somebody you'd be looking for something to watch it and somebody was like, check this show out. And I didn't watch the trailer. I didn't know what it was about or nothing. So I just watched the first episode and Deion Cole was in it. So I'm just thinking one thing, but I was just messed up off the first episode, and I just watched it all the
Yeah,
way through. That's a classic show. That's nice. I like how they did it because it's suspenseful. It keep you guessing. It's not like what's about to happen. You know what I'm saying?
you don't, man. And it's cool. What I like so much about that show is they have a great balance between comedic and being dramatic. Like the
Hmm.
dramedy of the show is like to a T. Because I thought it was going to be just clowning around. You think of Deion Cole, you think it's going to be funny as hell. But like when you actually going through it and you seeing like, oh no, this situation getting serious, and like how they're
Hmm.
reacting to it, like it's really well written.
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to Deion Cole because I remember him. My first introduction to him was like Comic View, so he was a comedian. Definitely one of the funnier ones. But in terms of acting, he been doing some good roles, man. He been knocking them
Yeah,
out the park.
I always think about his performance in the harder they fall.
Yeah, the
And
Western
then when he was
joints.
playing like the mayor, man, come on now, like then right then I was like, oh no, this dude's an actor, and then seeing what he did on this show, man, it's crazy.
Yeah. Now I gotta ask you this: like, do you have a favorite project out of all the projects you done did?
Um, a favorite project, the next one.
I can dig it. I can dig it.
Feel me? The next one.
That's what's
I'm on.
up.
Looking back is beautiful, but like I know everything. I've learned some on each set that now I just want to take all these things I've learned and apply it to my next opportunity. I'm gonna start getting nice with it soon. Like
Oh,
I'm about
you
to
cut
really
off. You
get nice.
still there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm right here.
Okay.
So I wanna be so focused on looking forward and like learning from the past experiences, but taking the things I did right, wrong, and just learning from it and applying it to the next thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can dig it. Staying motivated. Now I can ask you this. Now, like you say, you was at the stage where everything was new to you. You waiting outside for hours. It seemed like you made it over like the hardest part. But at this level, what is the hardest part? Because you've been on the show like Power. You've been on the show like Average Joe. Like what you feel like is your biggest obstacle at this point?
Next, it's crazy. I had a conversation with a lady in the industry about this one time, and we were saying the the thing is like it never gets easier. It just becomes more consistent. You know what I mean? So the thing I'm trying to get right now is just consistency. It's beautiful. I can do an episode here. I can do a couple episodes here, but now I want to get that guest star, that reoccurring or the leading character. So that's what's next for me, and that's the next hump to get over. It's like once you get to the top of one mountain, you see that there's another mountain you got to climb. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm blessed that I got to be on big name shows. I got to work with big names and learn a lot. But now it's like I want to see what it's like to lead or to carry a show or to have guest star a show come in and like take over and then get on out the way and stuff like that. So that's the next hill to climb, and that hill's almost just as big as the first hill I climbed.
Right, right. But keep climbing, man, because
Oh,
you done accomplished a lot. So, like you say, if you could just be consistent, if you just keep going, keep doing what you're doing, you know what I'm saying?
hell yeah,
Let me see.
absolutely.
Now I can ask you. Now do you have a favorite part about being in films?
Okay, so like I told you, I used to do theater. The thing I like about film is you get a second chance, and it's not like the whole piece. Like I can hyper focus on a small moment within the piece. You know what I mean? So like it'll
Hmm.
be one. I can practice and really refine this one scene today. When you do in theater, it's like you got to do the beginning to the end every single night. So you might miss a moment one night, but if I come in right mindset for this one scene, I might not have got it the first take, but I get to try again. And it's like because the camera's right here, the mic is right here. I don't have to perform so big. I can be more truthful. I can talk right here. And back to not to over gas a show, but like um, what that's what I learned on Power from what I learned from Michael Rainey Jr., aka Tariq, is that when he did his lines and his scenes, he would talk right here. He wouldn't talk any louder than he needed to. And my theater background, I'm like, bro, ain't nobody gonna hear that. But then you see the episode and you're like, oh no, that's brilliant. So like it's just like learning stuff like that, but also realizing that if I'm having a conversation with you and I'm right here, I don't need to be so loud and stuff like that. Like that's the cool thing about film. It's just like it's you can always keep learning on little techniques and maneuvers to it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a major point that you made because I've been to a couple plays. Like most people, I haven't been to a lot of plays, but usually the actors are loud. You know, even if they have microphones or not. You know what I'm saying? It's like they constantly projecting their voice throughout the entire duration of the play. Whereas in like in the film, you know, you got the mics, you got the special effects, you got the people in the studio mixing it up. You know, so
Hmm. And you're so used to on stage, you're so used to like being aware of everybody else, so you have to like be more grandiose. Like there's a light that's going to be over here, so you got to make sure to be over there. You got to make sure to say this line loud because the lady all the way in the back, she probably hard to hear and she got to hear that. But
hmm.
when it's film, lighting they're going to be lighting it around you at all times. There's a camera guy, he has a boom mic, and he wherever you move he gonna move. So it has nothing, like all you got to do is focus on you. You know what I mean? Which is it like it's interesting to like it relieves you of that job and of that stress, but at the same time it's like you got to lock in more. You see what I'm saying?